Have you ever felt embarrassed when speaking English because a small mistake completely ruined your confidence in public?
It's heartbreaking when you know the answer, but stumble on simple words, making opportunities slip silently away forever.
Many learners waste years repeating the same English mistakes without realizing they're holding themselves back professionally and socially.
Today, we're uncovering 10 common English mistakes that even advanced learners make and how you can fix them quickly.
By the end of this podcast, you'll speak more confidently, impress your listeners, and sound naturally fluent in English.
Mistake number one, confusing much and many. Saying much people instantly signals incorrect grammar to everyone around you.
Instead, always use many with countable nouns like people, books, or ideas, and much for uncountable things like water.
Many students write, I have much friends, which is painful to hear and instantly marks you as a beginner.
A simple fix is memorizing the countable versus uncountable distinction and practicing it daily in real conversations.
Mistake number two, using he go instead of he goes. Subject verb agreement is the number one silent killer of fluency.
It's shocking how many advanced learners forget that adding s in the third person singular is essential for correctness.
Practice small sentences aloud. She runs, he eats, it rains. Repetition builds a strong habit you won't forget.
Mistake number 3, misusing there, and there. One tiny spelling mistake can completely change your meaning.
Imagine sending an email saying, they're going to the meeting. Your credibility instantly drops because of a tiny, avoidable mistake.
The trick is to always check the context. There shows possession, there shows place, and there is they are.
Mistake number four, using double negatives like, I don't need no help. It sounds casual but is grammatically incorrect.
The shocking truth is that double negatives actually reverse your meaning, making your English sound confusing or childish.
Instead, simply say, I don't need any help. One small word change fixes your sentence completely and professionally.
Mistake number 5, overusing very. Words like very good or very bad weaken your language and make it bland.
Instead, swap very for more precise adjectives like excellent, terrible, amazing, or horrible, which instantly level up your English.
Many learners are surprised how small changes in adjectives make them sound smarter without memorizing complicated grammar rules.
Mistake number 6, confusing who and whom. Using the wrong pronoun can make your sentences sound awkward and clumsy.
The simple rule: use who as a subject and whom as an object. Who called versus whom did you see?
It feels confusing at first, but consistent practice in speaking and writing sentences will make it second nature quickly.
Mistake number 7, saying I am agree instead of I agree. Many learners add unnecessary verbs that ruin fluency.
English doesn't need am or is with certain verbs. Simply say, I agree or I understand to sound correct.
Students often think adding am or is makes sentences stronger, but it actually highlights their beginner level instantly.
Mistake number 8, confusing since and for. Using them incorrectly makes your timeline of actions completely unclear to listeners.
Remember, use since for a starting point, like since 2015, and for a duration, like for 5 years.
Even small mistakes like this in interviews can make hiring managers doubt your attention to detail and professionalism.
Mistake number 9, saying I very like it instead of I really like it. Adverbs matter more than you realize.
Replace very with really or absolutely when modifying verbs. It instantly makes your speech more natural and native-like.
Many learners overuse very simply because they don't know these alternatives exist, missing a huge opportunity to sound fluent.
Mistake number 10, ending sentences with prepositions unnecessarily, like where are you at? Instead, say where are you?
Ending with at is casual but can be perceived as lazy English in professional or academic conversations.
Focus on these 10 mistakes, and in just a few weeks of conscious practice, you'll see massive improvements.
Even if English isn't your first language, avoiding these errors boosts confidence, credibility, and opportunities in life immediately.
It's shocking how many talented people are overlooked just because of repeated small English mistakes they could fix quickly.
By being aware of these common mistakes, you'll finally stop freezing in conversations and start speaking confidently every day.
Practicing these tips consistently will make your English sound polished, natural, and professional in both speaking and writing.
You might even surprise your friends and colleagues who never realized how impactful small corrections could truly be.
Don't underestimate the power of fixing just one mistake at a time. Your fluency will grow faster than expected.
The best part? You don't need expensive courses or tutors. Awareness and daily practice are your strongest tools.
Start today by picking one mistake from our list, focus on it all week, and see instant improvement.
It's amazing how quickly confidence returns when you realize English mistakes are fixable with simple, consistent steps.
Next, we'll dive deeper into practical examples and exercises for each mistake so you can correct them immediately.
We'll also share tricks that native speakers use naturally, which most learners never notice but make a huge difference.
Imagine walking into a room and speaking English without hesitation, knowing every sentence is grammatically accurate and polished.
That's the power of mastering these 10 common mistakes, and today we'll guide you to achieve exactly that.
Stay tuned because in the next segment, we'll demonstrate exercises, mini challenges, and techniques to make corrections permanent.
By the end of this series, your English mistakes won't hold you back, and your confidence will skyrocket.
Are you ready to stop feeling embarrassed and start speaking English with pride and certainty? Let's get started.
Now, let's start practicing these mistakes with real life examples so you can see exactly how to fix them immediately.
For the first mistake, much versus many, try saying, I have many books instead of much books.
Countable nouns like chairs, people, and ideas always pair with many, while water, sugar, or money pair with much.
A simple exercise is to list 5 countable and 5 uncountable items, then make sentences using many and much.
For mistake 2, subject verb agreement, practice by repeating small sentences aloud. He eats apples, she runs daily, it rains often.
Recording yourself speaking these sentences helps your brain remember patterns, reducing mistakes automatically in conversations or interviews.
Mistake 3, there, and there can be fixed by writing 3 small sentences every day in a journal.
For example, their house is big, or there is a park nearby, and they're going to school now.
Next, double negatives. Whenever you feel like saying, I don't need no help, pause and replace it with any.
Write 5 sentences using don't need any, can't find any, and haven't seen any to train your grammar muscle.
Mistake 5, overusing very can be fixed by replacing it with stronger adjectives like terrible, fantastic, or amazing.
Create flashcards with very plus adjective on one side and the stronger adjective on the other side to practice daily.